So when you're trying to set everything regarding your tables, I'm going to use the example being customer ID, and I need to make sure that's the same data type. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to be able to go to save this one first. Okay, and I'm going to go back to my relationships. Okay, so at the very, very top, go to database tools, go to relationships. For you guys, you might have a button called show table here or add table. By default for me, it just pops up on here. Okay, so what you need to do, if it's on your right hand side here, you just go to double click and double click. Okay, so I've kept this open on purpose for a reason, because I've seen so many times where people have the same issue. So I now have by default customer ID, and I've got product ID over here with the key icon upon there, which means they are the primary key. Now I've got my customer ID over here, which is going to be my foreign key, and I'm going to click, drag and drop over to here. So I've got two customer IDs, so the program itself has recognized that these two are together. If I click on create, it will just set up this link between each other, which means they recognize each other, but this is not what we need in terms of what a relationship is and what it does. So what I need to do is just go again, delete that link, click drag and drop again, and then click on this button where it says enforce referential integrity. And as you might be able to see, one to many in terms of this relationship over here. So that means one customer can buy many products. Okay, so we're linked towards a different area. So you might end up thinking this could be linked towards many to many, and there's a reason why you might think many to many, because many products can go to many customers. However, in this scenario, we're just going to deal with one customer who makes one purchase towards one product. So I go to create, and it comes up with an error. The reason why it's come with an error is because I still have TBL product open. Okay, it says it's currently in use by another person or another process. The reason why I might say another person is because you might be working in a team. It might be an online document that you can use as well. And the process is it's currently still active. So I need to go to OK, close that down, right click on where it says products. I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to establish that relationship one more time, and then happy days. Okay, so where it says relationship must be on the same number of fields as the same data type. So here, the same data type being provided for me, I've got customer ID and also customer ID that's going to be linked towards it too. But there's one thing in particular. If I go to products and I go to my design view, go to customer ID, I do have the wrong data type. So I set it before just to an integer. So I need to go back to integer, and I need to make sure that's going to be assigned. So I'll go back into save it, close down my table, start the process again, enforce referential integrity, and we have it sorted. So two things to be aware of. One, make sure you've got your tables closed, and then make sure you've got the same data type being set for each one. Okay, so I've got my relationship already sorted. Obviously, you guys need to make a little bit more in terms of the final product. But once I've got my relationship already sorted, I can now start to enter my data. Okay, and for example, if I've got product 1, and I've got a customer ID, which is going to be 1 as well, I'm going to add the customer details over here. So customer 1, full name, Pedro Fletcherino. I'm going to say postcode, SL62QB. VIP, of course I'm a VIP, so click on here and just go for a little bit of a save. What I should see now in terms of the product table, if I close this down and reclose it, I should have now a link in terms of this one. So therefore I have purchased this product, so it's linked towards this one, and obviously because I don't have any further data upon here, so no further fields, it only has the product number. So therefore this means this is perfectly linked, and even better, as we mentioned earlier, it is now related. So that's just the starting point for you. If you need any further support within this, please do feel free to ask. But apart from that though, best of luck to you, and let's start creating our databases.